Hello everyone, and welcome to Cyber Stories. I'm your host, Audentum, and today we're going to read a Reddit story from a man whose fiancée breaks up with him because she wanted him to get a new job, and he refused. Then, when he tells her to hand over the ring, she has a meltdown. Am I the a-hole for not allowing my fiancée to continue living with me after she broke off our engagement? My ex-fiancée broke up with me because she felt that we barely saw each other, which is a lie. I work in a family restaurant, and by the time my fiancée gets off work, I wouldn't make it home until 3 to 5 hours after, depending on the day. She's been wanting me to find a new job because she felt that it wasn't fair she worked longer hours than I did, and that since I worked evenings, she doesn't feel like we've had enough time together. I always told her that I had no desire to quit, and that I think it'll be beneficial for us if she were to work with me because we'd get more time off, and we'd get to spend it together. She told me that she didn't feel comfortable working for my parents, and I accepted that. She'd still complain from time to time, but I never thought she'd break up with me for it. Well, she did, and she said my work schedule was the reason. This upset me deeply because I didn't understand. I don't work Sundays or Mondays, and I get to spend time with her Tuesday mornings and Saturday mornings before I go to work. I thought we were past it, but I was wrong. When she broke up with me, I was hurt. She was apologizing but told me that with our work schedules, she didn't see how we could get married if I wasn't going to try and find a new job that was better for all of us. She said it would be better if we just stayed friends. I told her that she knew before we got engaged what my schedule was, and she shouldn't have accepted it in the first place. She then told me that she accepted it because she thought that over time I would try to find a different job. After our breakup, I avoided her after that because I didn't really want to see her anymore. But then I felt I shouldn't have to be the one uncomfortable in my own home. It's not big enough to avoid her completely, and I felt that she needed to move out. I told her that I felt she needed to go, and since we weren't getting married anymore, there was no point of us living together. She asked me if I was serious, and I told her that I was. I asked for the ring back as well. She got upset by this because she said that I gave it to her, and I shouldn't ask for it back since it meant something to her. Personally, I'd say absolutely not. Imagine if you quit your job and when the company asked for your work laptop back, you said, "No, it means something to me." I told her that I bought it so we could get married, but since we weren't getting married anymore, I wanted it back. She told me that I could easily afford to get a new one and that I was greedy. This lady is honestly just manipulative. First, she tried to get OP to quit his job, something that she knew he didn't want to do. And now she's trying to guilt him into keeping, let's face it, what is most likely a multi-$1,000 ring. She said that trying to kick her out and asking for the ring back after we've been together for so long was insensitive and that I should be ashamed of myself. Honestly, listen to this woman. I didn't budge, and she ultimately gave me the ring back and moved out 9 days. Hallelujah. Honestly, now that she's gone, OP can do so much more with his free time. But she told me that if I truly loved her, I wouldn't have asked for the ring back and would have allowed her to continue living with me. She said that she had a legitimate reason to call off her engagement and that she shouldn't have been made homeless because of it. First off, I don't know what she was expecting. Like, if you break up with somebody, you're not going to be living with them that much longer. Plus, she doesn't know somebody that can put her up for a couple of nights. She said that it was her home too since she lived there with me and she shouldn't have to live with her parents. I don't fault her for calling off her engagement, I just wish she would have told me sooner. What I do have a problem with is the fact that she thinks she can still live with me and keep the ring that I bought. I'd also like to add that she's not a bad person. We were very good friends before we started dating, and this definitely ruined our friendship. But I still think she's a good person who was just hurt by the situation. I didn't have to force her out. She moved out on her own. I just received 2 messages about her and they weren't kind. I'm not sure what other people think, but I'm just trying to clear some things up because I don't want other people to assume the worst. Now, as for my favorite comment here, exactly. She broke up with OP because she was trying to manipulate him into changing his job. She had no intention of moving out or giving back the ring. When her plan didn't work out, she moved to gaslighting him. You didn't love me if you asked for the ring back. How could you make me homeless? The reality is she made herself homeless, and the ring only became hers fully when she married him legally. OP, you dodged a bullet with that one. Imagine being married to somebody who resorts to manipulating and gaslighting to get you to do what she wants. At the end of the day, now OP can work at the restaurant as much as he wants. And someday, when he's ready, he can start over and date again. Unfortunately though, that's it for this one. I'll see you next time with more stories from cyberspace.